We moved in here, oddly enough, on Halloween about 6 years ago, and sort of amusingly, the people that got us into this place never really told us much about some of the paranormal stuff, aside from, oh, you might hear some crazy stuff from time to time, or you might see something, but don't worry about it. And we really haven't worried about it per se, and we've always approached it. All of us here have looked at this as sort of being somewhat skeptical. Anyway, you might hear something outside of your normal conversations or the things that happen on the air, or you might see something perhaps out of the corner of your eye. It's not so much the things that go bump in the night per se as things that might catch your field of view, or something you might hear under the headphones that coming in to be on the air with you. And so sometimes when one of the personalities is on the air, I always tease them. I say, well, you're not always alone when you're on the air. There's been times while I'm on the air that someone has walked by this large window that I sit near on a daily basis, and at first it is a bit off-putting because you're expecting, hey, maybe you're expecting a delivery or somebody's here to drop off a record or a piece of mail or something like that, and in one very stark particular case, there was a gentleman who walked through here who had silver hair, about shoulder-length hair. He was wearing a black long-sleeve dress shirt and wearing a white vest, and it was, in my estimation, whoever it was sure looked a lot like Charlie Rich, who at one point, this used to be Silver Fox Records, and he was certainly a part of this place in the history of it. He lived not far from here and spent some time here. But over the years that we've been here, I've seen various things out of the corner of my eye that have come through. But in that particular case, the first time, he walked right into the control room, came into that, and through that doorway, stood right there in front of us, and just vanished right in front of the board. One of the theories that goes around about paranormal activity in certain locations or addresses or things like that usually revolve around what types of activities took place in such places. And this place has been an active recording studio since the late 60s and early 70s. So it stands to reason that all sorts of folks had come and gone through here. And I think personally, if there is a lot of heavy activity here, I think it could be attributed to the fact that most of what took place in here, and still does to this day, is based around good things. It's the creation of music. It's the celebration of the artistry that's in this town. So it doesn't surprise me that perhaps, maybe, in the afterlife, you may want to gravitate back to those places that made you happy when you were living here in the world. And that's not a bad thing, I don't think.